A hole to get here?
No, we came down
Yeah,
the ladder.
right. You climbed on 2 ladders.
Oh. I guess we could just...
I say you open up the valve and close all these other ones, and then squirt us out this tube right here. That's the way we should do it.
that sounds awful.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go up the stairs and I'll meet wherever we end up meeting.
Yeah, we go back to Yartar.
Alrighty, so you guys climb up through the holes and the tunnels and whatnot. You finally get into the alley where you had met Atalia, the lady in the purple dress. She's not anywhere to be seen around there. It's pretty late at night, probably about 3 or 4 in the morning at this point. Most of the places are closed. You do see some of the Yartar shields walking through. Those are the guards. They definitely kind of, ask business and whatnot, but they're not intruding on you. They're just making sure that you're not up to anything, horrific or horrible. And then they continue on their way.
Well, considering we probably smell like sewer.
Yeah. Pretty stinky.
Yeah. So we can go, if I remember right, there's like Belder's Rest, which is like, I got it listed as under the radar for an inn. And then there's the White Winged Griffin, which is also an inn. And then there's the Pearl Handle Pipe, which I have listed as an inn also, but I think that one was like an upper class one or something.
Yeah, that's a very expensive one. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, like 15 GP per night, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so if we want to maybe hit Belder's Rest and kind of stay under the radar type of thing.
Works for me.
Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, so you guys walk over to the Bartar's Rest. Interesting place, to be honest with you. So the thing with Bartar's Rest is it's underground and a very large... I need to find the description here real quick. It's a... here it is. So the inn is... you've heard of it. It's completely located underground underneath the Yartar Central Market. It was created together by linking cellars of all the old warehouses. So when you walk in and you walk down this large tunnel, and there's a kind of like a gatehouse per se with a roll-up gate similar to like a wooden blinds, and it kind of rolls up as you walk in, and you see a very large ogre that's standing at the door, and he looks and he says, "Looking for a room?"
Yes, we are. Are there any available?
Always available if you have the coin.
You got the money, don't haggle us.
Yeah, no haggle. However, I have to be honest with you. No one will bother you if you pay up, but you cause any problems down here, you'll have to deal with me.
You get a lot of problems down here?
None.
And who are you?
My name's Beldabar.
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 Alright.
So it'll be 1 gold each. And in your room there's a gong. If you run into any issues, ring the gong and I'll be there to take care of it.
What kind of issues?
None, I expect, but I just want to let you know that nobody will bother you. Nobody will be sneaking. Nobody will give you any problems. But if they do, ring the gong, come to the desk. I'll be happy to talk to you.
Right. Alright, I give him the 5 gold.
Alright, he takes it and puts it in his hand. He says, "Thanks." And he kind of leads you down this hallway, and it opens into a large room, probably about 120 feet in diameter. And you see a bar and dining tables and chairs. And you see that it's not really busy. There's a few people at the bar still that are kind of drinking. They seem to be more faces in the drink versus really talking. And then you see there's hallways. There's 8 of them that sort of come off this center room like a spoke. And he kind of points to one that's about in a northwesternly direction. He says, "Your rooms are down that hall. Just continue down about 50 feet or so, and you'll see your room on the left. You're in the blue gold room."
Am I still poisoned?
You're not. The poison is now worn off. Only lasted about 3 hours.
We still have the jugs though, right?
You still got the jugs.
Good.
And he's like, "Yeah." And breakfast is any time, so when you're hungry, just come on down.
Any time, even in the afternoon?
Sure, yeah.
Is that all
Wow,
you
this is
serve
like
here?
Denny's.
Never heard of it. Is that a new competition coming in?
They have them mostly up in the forest.
In the forest? Well, you won't find many forest people down here. Anyways, have a good night, good sleep, and watch out for the rats.
Rats. We pay gold for our room. We get rats.
I have a bunch of cats that eat any rats that are in the rooms, so if you need one, just call.
Do we each get our own room?
Yeah, 1 gold apiece. It's like you walk in, there's an entry room, and then there's 8 rooms that are there, so you'll see what I mean when you get in there. Have a good night's sleep.
All right.
He lets the rolling door kind of comes back down to the ground again, and you see he just sort of sits against the wall. He's not really looking outside. It's kind of curious how he knew you had come up to the door.
I guess we're loud. That's just it. Well,
So,
I guess we would sleep unless we have something to discuss.
I need to talk to you, William.
uh-oh.
I'm all
Stick-
ears.
Here in my room.
Stig's gonna go to his room.
Ring the gong, ring the gong.
Stick, I need you to come too.
Stranger danger.
Pick a safe word.
Something about this hat I want to show you.
Build-A-Bar.
So I get him into the room,
Okay.
and I put my hat of disguise on. I'm like, look, I disguise myself as an ass.
Oh my god. That's a pretty good hat. The star's in the right place, that's for sure. No, nobody else can see the star but you and me, Milton. But yeah, it's like the perfect spot.
The bird. The bird's looking at corn.
Nice. Oh my god. So in the room, you see that pretty much the room is fairly bare. Actually, there's some straw that's on the ground, and there's a blanket that's there as well. And you do see that there's a bar that goes over the doors.
Is there a low corner? Or what's the ground like? Is it dirt?
It's kind of dirt and pebbles or rocks, not rocks, but cobblestone, because it looks like it was kind of built on some old, maybe warehouse flooring or something like that.
If there's a low corner, I'm gonna find it and use my my little decanter of water to make a wet spot, and then I'm gonna sleep in that.
All right, sounds good. As you do, you see that some of the water seeps through a crack in the side of the wall.
Ooh, so I can leave that water going all night, huh?
Yep, you could.
All right. Yeah, I'll do it.
I'm gonna see if Yartar has adamantium within 10 miles.
All right. So as you do that, there is no adamantium within 10 miles, except for
Barry.
Barry, which it points towards Barry's room.
Alright. That really is a rare metal, if not even a bit of it's in Yartar. This is a pretty big place.
Not even a sliver.
Damn. I guess that's why they need special staffs to find this stuff.
Yep. Anybody else have anything else before they get a long rest in?
Now, I'll finish a tune into my hat. I guess I haven't really technically done that yet.
Okay. All right. There you go. You all are able to get through the night without any difficulties. And when you wake up and come out of the room, you can grab some food there. So you see, as you walk out, you see that most of the people seem to be eating what looks like potatoes. There's a roll of bread on there, and there's what looks like cooked sausage. No eggs at this point.
I'll just get like a basic breakfast.
Okay, gotcha. So you get the cooked sausage, the potatoes, and the roll of bread, and then you see that on the thing there, the Grand Slam. They have what looks like pies. There's really nice looking pies that are kind of lined up along the bar there. And you do see as well that they do have some drinks and stuff behind the bar, but nobody seems to be drinking this early.
So what order of business do we have today? We have to report back to Lady... What's her face?
Thalia?
Thalia.
Azalia.
Dazalia.
Hey, wait a minute. I want some spore bread with some fire lichen chutney if you got some.
Why would I have any of that?
Well, I want spore bread to eat.
I got nothing for you. I need to go to the apothecary and get that slime appraised. Hopefully it's not made of people.
It's
then
just
we
down the hall on the left.
And then we should also go talk to Nestor.
Why? We don't know anything.
And then we should go talk to Nestra, who's the water baron. And she was the one who was searching for the missing people.
A water baron, huh?
Yeah, and give her the information we found out about Lady Italia and then all the goings on underneath the town.
Alright. Well, sewers were pretty small in the end. I wonder if they went deeper. I guess that was leading out to the river.
No, they went deep.
Deeper than we went?
Well, they had that one grate that went down 35 that Melton was checking out.
Uh-huh. Maybe it's still in the sewers, just deeper in there. That thing. Well, we should get started.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess our first stop would be that lady's house.
Yeah, let's go drop off and maybe the cleric that healed the...
The young boy.
Did the cleric actually heal him?
Stupid thing. Maybe
okay.
the clerics who healed the son would have some information on the slime in the jugs.
Did he successfully heal him in the last session?
Supposedly, I've got a note that says, was cured by sitting in a large tub of water and cast greater restoration.
Yeah, alright. Go. Do we make it there without combat?
Oh yeah, you do. I'm sorry. I apologize. I wasn't sure if you guys were still chatting. So yeah, you make it there without any combat at all. As you remember, there was a butler of sorts at Rosolio's house, and he opens up the door and he goes, "Oh, it's you again. Can I help you?"
Ah, Clement, how are you?
Good. Nice to see you. It's been a couple weeks. We thought you people left town.
Has it been that long?
It has. 2 weeks and a day, to be honest.
You were counting.
Of course, I keep track of everything for the lady.
That's right, because we took downtime.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
took a couple weeks of downtime. Yep.
Well, could you summon Lady Dazalia for us?
Of course I can. Business?
Yes, we've completed a task for her.
Definitely not a pleasure.
Oh. You have the, You have the heirloom.
We have an assortment of heirlooms.
Okay,
Yes, we think that we have the one that she is missing.
excellent. Please follow me. And he kind of guides you into the house, and remember this is a very lavished house. And as you kind of walk through, just before going upstairs, you see a sitting room over on the left side, and you see a kind of a lanky fellow that's sitting there, and Barry, immediately recognize that he's wearing kind of a cloak and tunics and whatnot, and on his cloak he has the symbol of a face-up coin.
Is that Timora's?
It is Timora's symbol, yep.
I mean, yeah, that's Timora's.
Right, exactly.
Wow.
I knew it, I gotcha. I had to look it up because I couldn't remember what her symbol was. So you see that symbol, and he's just kind of sitting there. He's kind of flipping through a book. And Clements goes, "Come on, let's go. Head upstairs. Follow me."
Have we ever gone upstairs in this mansion?
We have. That's where the lady was. She was up in her office. So he kind of opens up the door, and you see Lady Rosario is kind of working at a table. There's lots of papers and everything that are there. And she looks up and she says, "Ah, I see they didn't leave town. Well, what's the story?"
We got information on those missing nobles.
Okay, what happened to them?
Well, we went down into the sewers. How we found that,
Come on, boy, just spit it out. What happened?
I don't know. But we found this heirloom.
Ah, good.
Which heirloom was it, guys? Which one was the right one?
K. Are you thinking about the K necklace?
Yeah. She says, "Great, thank you." And she kind of takes the necklace, she says she doesn't take it. She says, "Kamed, can you give them the reward and take that necklace, please? And did you kill whatever was doing this to my son?"
We're still looking for it.
We've wounded it. It's not far now.
I knew I should have hired somebody with more competence. Freaking rookies. Fine.
They said something about the Kraken Society. Krakens.
What?
I don't know where a Kraken's at, but
What the hell? These guys are off their rockers. Command, can you pay the coin? And thanks, I guess, for your help, I suppose. I don't know. Anyways, we'll get somebody a little bit more accomplished to figure this out. Thanks. And she gets back and she starts writing in her book again.
Damn.
Was this lady this much of a bitch last time we talked to her? I thought she started like this, then she became kind of cool to us once she found out we were you guys are Lord's Alliance and such.
This is Lady Rosario we were talking to, right?
Yep.
Alright, I just want to be sure. Yep. So she was kind of all business. I mean, she was kind of friendly, trying to get you to the job, but I mean, yeah. She just kind of looks down and she goes, "You're still here? What else you need? I'm a busy lady."
We would like to talk to the clerics that healed your son.
He's downstairs. You just go talk to him. I mean, I'm busy.
Is he the one reading?
I don't know. He may be reading. He could be cooking dinner. I don't know. You ask a lot of questions.
We're information hunters.
Well, I'm a busy lady.
Does your family spend much time on the gambling boat, at the Golden Goose?
Well, Artan does, yeah. Matter of fact,
Well,
I think he was there last night.
Well, that's where he got picked up. There's
Why
a
would you let
player
him go
there.
back out there?
The more he's not dealing with my business, the better the business does.
Well, that's where he got picked up. He's just going to get snagged again by this player of this one game that I can't remember.
She lets out a big sigh. She puts down her pen. Fine, you want my attention? You have my attention. Is there anything else you all have? Because I got a lot of things to do.
Well,
I have your money.
We found out a bunch of information that a gentleman called Ozith has been the one who's been charming the children, and that all of the children that had been charmed had something to do with shipping or commerce in town. It was your son, along with Jacob Dawnflower from the Dawnflower family, and Timothy Salzburg from the Salzburg family.
Okay, and where's Ozis now?
Well, we're not quite sure. That's why we want to talk to the cleric.
Well,
We found some stuff, and we'd like to examine it and see if he can give us maybe any information on it.
I mean, you guys can't even get one person. I can't believe I'm paying the money for this. Just take...
We did get your son.
Yeah, it's...
I'm getting a little road rage here.
Listen, Kamed, thank you for getting my son. I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to put out a banner? You want me to send up some flares? I appreciate you saving my son. I have your payment. I'm a little disappointed you didn't get the guy, but hey, what can I do? I mean, I got to deal with what I got.
You know, a banner would be nice.
Oh, what would be nice?
A banner. Yeah,
I'll take a
would be
banner.
nice.
I'll take a banner.
I would be good.
She looks around. She's like, Kamed, go give them one of the sheets off the bed and write something on it. And she's like, anything else? Because I got a lot of business to do here.
Have any illicit
I think-
problems?
I think I'm done giving you any information that might assist you. Thank you.
Thank you. She's like, the rest of you, you're still here. Kamed says,
Relenia turns and flicks her hair as she whips around and stomps out of the room.
nice. I like it. Kamed's like, folks, I think Lady Dezalia is a little busy, and a little on edge. I apologize. Please, come on downstairs. I'll get you your money.
Hey, why is she on edge?
The banner. You got to get the banner. What color paint do you have?
Guys, really?
He kind of looks back at her, and she just sort of waves her hand as she's working on some papers, kind of like dismissing him. And he's like, "I guess I'm going to give you a bed sheet. I don't really have any paint."
Come on, tell me why is she so like she is right now? What's wrong? You said she's distracted.
She's just got a lot of business. I mean, you know, her son Artan is out doing things. I mean, you get it. Anyways, I apologize. Please, come on downstairs. I'll be happy to give you your money.
We can use berries on the sheet if you got those committed.
Sure, I have some berries, no problem. And he kind of walks over to the room next door and opens the door and takes a sheet off and kind of rolls it up in his hands, kind of around in a big circle, and gives you a wadded sheet. And he's like, I'll get some berries in a few minutes. Do you mind waiting downstairs by the door, though? I'd appreciate that.
You got anything with the higher thread count?
This is all I have. Unfortunately, we haven't had a trip to Neverwinter in a few weeks, so...
Why don't you give us a tablecloth or a curtain or something?
Sure.
I'm going to go down and I assume the gentleman who was reading the book or whatever was the cleric. So
Yeah,
I'm going to go down and talk to him.
he's kind of sitting there, and he sees you come down, and he says, Ibern, nice to meet you. Have a seat. You should read this story. Fascinating.
What's it about?
It's interesting. It's about these adventurers. Not too long ago, we had a group that had fought against dragons going up and down the Sword Coast. Amazing work.
Just a story, though.
Well, it occurred. I mean, this is writing a handbook of some sorts. There's even talk of these people that were worshippers of the dragons. It was fascinating stuff.
Just dragons in general?
Well, most, yeah. I mean, come to find out they were mainly the evil dragons, but it was still fascinating. Fascinating.
Cultists, then. Always cultists.
So, what gives me the luck of having you come see me?
Are you by chance a cleric by profession?
I am. I'm the family cleric. I work for the Rosolios family.
And did you help heal Artan?
Oh my goodness, could you believe that disease? It was amazing. I actually had to do a lot of research, and Timora gave me her blessing, gave me the luck, and I was able to actually fix that child with a heal spell. Biggest spell I've ever cast. Whew, it was big.
Do you know or have you ever seen anything like that before?
Never.
Well, we found these jugs, and they contain some kind of liquid, goo almost, and we're pretty sure that when we found Artan, he was encased in an egg. I mean, we know when we found him that he was encased in an egg, but we're pretty sure this goo was also in that egg. And we just found these 2 jugs of this goo down in the sewers. And we're wondering if maybe you could help us identify it or figure out what it is, or...
He's like, I can try.
I plopped them down in front of him.
He opens one of them, and he looks and goes, oh, God, that stinks.
Yeah, that's blue cheese.
William says it tastes good, though.
Oh,
Yes, he ate it.
he
You should
ate it.
try a little bit of
I
it.
licked it. I did not eat it.
he stands up and he sort of casts what looks like he starts casting a spell. He's like, "You're not diseased." Interesting.
I got better.
I see that. He puts the lid on it. He says, "I am not able to figure this out."
But it doesn't look as if you actually tried.
I have no idea. I've never seen this before. I mean, sure, if you want to let me keep this vat, I'm more than happy to look at it. It may take me a week or two, but that stuff is disgusting.
Well, that's why we brought two. One for us and one for you.
He says, "Why, thank you." And just then you see Komed kind of walks in, and he has a bag of coins in his hand, and he immediately looks around the room and sticks out the bag and gives it to Melton. And he says, "Here you go. Here's your payment."
Oh, thank you.
Well, okay, yeah, if you could kind of do some investigation on that and see, we definitely know it's some sort of magic, but we don't know what it does or what part it plays in whatever was done to these children.
It's fascinating, just fascinating. And he kind of lifts it up again, and as he does, he kind of tips it over and tips it back, so it's kind of upside down with the lid closed and then back up, and then he lifts the lid, and you see this long string that just keeps going forever as he lifts up. He's like, "Wow, that is the most tenacious stuff I've ever seen." Stinks, though. Whew.
Let you breathe underwater.
Yeah, but what do you give away with it? That's the question. Nothing's for free.
A little bit of bile. Right from the stomach.
Interesting. And he kind of looks at you again. He says, yeah, you do look okay, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah, fascinating. And he immediately kind of picks up his book and he puts the vat underneath his arm and he starts to kind of walk towards the kitchen, and he's kind of talking about, "Oh man, I'm going to have to take this in. We're going to have to see what the boiling point is. Let's go in there right now." And he's kind of walking away. Komed's like, "If you have no other business, I'd ask for you guys to please enjoy the rest of your day, and I appreciate you coming in and talking with the lady. I'm sorry she was so grumpy."
Are we welcome back anytime?
Yeah, we'll be back for dinner.
Maybe. I'll have to ask the lady. But please, be safe in Yartar.
Alright, so if you guys don't have anything else, you want to go to Nestra, the Water Baron?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. So you guys remember that in the center of town was a marketplace, and then there was a large building that was there that was considered the government seat. The Water Baron is the mayor, essentially, of Yartar. You guys walk in, and as you remember, there was a long line that was there. There was a high desk that was sort of in the center of the room, and there was, I believe it was a dwarf that was sitting there that was kind of writing in a book and directing people to certain positions and whatnot. The line appears to be a lot shorter today, and as he kind of sees you walk up, he's like, "Ah, yes, I remember you all. Yes, hang on 1 second. You're here to see the Great Water Baron. Hang on 1 minute." And he kind of bends over and says something to the one of the Yartar shields that's there, the guards of Yartar, and he immediately kind of quickly walks to the back. He says, "Please," and he points to the same bench you guys sat on last time. "Please, have a seat."
Are there 5 seats for all of us?
It's a long bench. You can all fit on it. You look like you're sitting outside the principal's office.
It's a long bench.
It actually seats about 20 people.
Wow.
Are there others waiting?
I'm sorry?
Are there others waiting in here?
So you don't see anybody at the bench itself. If you remember, there was kind of like a railing, and you guys kind of walked behind the railing. Most of the populace was on one side of the railing. You guys went to the other. And then when you sat down, sat down in the chair, everybody else is on the other side kind of oohing and ahhing and wondering who you are, but there's nobody else waiting on the bench. Oh, Melton, there's 100 platinum pieces in that bag.
Ooh.
Damn.
Wow, it was a good idea to go back, Melton.
Yeah, I put it in the party inventory.
Yeah, I added it on to the 100 to the 95 platinum that was in there. guys are rich.
Well, and plus we picked up like 10 or more of them
Coins.
casino coins.
That's
Each
right.
of those are worth a platinum apiece, I
Yep,
think.
that's right.
Yeah, I could turn them into 200 platinum pieces.
So one of the guards comes out and he says, "The water baron will see you now. Please step in." As he holds the door open. You walk in, you see the water baron again is there at her desk, and she immediately kind of stands up and kind of walks around the table. She says, "Please tell me, good news. I assume it's Lord Dryland, isn't it?"
Actually, it doesn't look like it is. We did quite a bit of investigation.
You did some investigation. She kind of walks around the table and sits down at the desk, and she pulls out a piece of parchment and has a long kind of a quill with and dips it in the ink. She starts writing down. Okay, please give me all the details.
So, Lord Dryland is definitely against you. We know that, but as far as we can tell, he's not doing this to the children or making any moves like this. It was actually a lady named Lady Italia.
I've heard of her. Yes, matter of fact, my guards told me that last night she left the city very abruptly. It's very unusual for somebody to leave in the middle of the night.
Great.
She left the city.
Yeah, she went through the gate. She was riding a horse. They said she was on the most weirdest thing. This beautiful horse in this beautiful purple gown, dressed, and she was riding very fast out the gates and seemed to be going west.
Good to know.
Great. Riding west.
Yes, towards Tribor, I think. Maybe Waterdeep, Neverwinter. I'm not sure where she was going after that, but she had no supplies. It was very peculiar. The guards kind of have a crush on her, to be honest.
Okay. Well, we found out that she has some sort of magical ability to read thoughts, and she can see through magic.
Wow.
Lady Italia is the one who has been kind of finding the three gentlemen that were kidnapped. Looks like Lord Artan, and then Jacob.
Oh yeah, Jacob Downflower. Sure. Yep. Mm-hmm. I think you cut out again.
I don't know where I broke up.
That's all right. It was right at Jacob Downflower, and then
And then Timothy Salzburg. Our understanding is that she is working for someone named Osith, or Osith.
Never heard of him.
And he is some kind of demon fish creature. We encountered him down under the city in the sewers.
What?
Lady Italia led us down there, and while we were in a battle, she escaped from us. And that's probably when your men saw her fleeing. Basically she was kind of like his lover, and he taught her how to read thoughts and things like that, and so she would charm these guys and bring them down into the sewers. They were
So you bring him down to the sewers, and then what happens after that?
there were Koatoa down there worshiping him, and he made some comment that Lord Artan was the first to be kidnapped, and he would be able to help Osith with his powers. Now, we did find some information down there that was related to Skarkathel.
Never heard of that.
Of the Kraken Society?
She's
Of
writing
the
it all
Kraken
down.
Society, yeah.
Never heard of that either. Interesting. Okay. Maybe a new group? I don't know.